right, we're on Terumot, Perek Chet, Mishnah Chet. 8th Mishnah, the 8th chapter of Terumot. In the next, several Mishnayot, we're going to be discussing a number of different quandaries, what to do in situations of doubt. Okay, and the first one is a case where you have Terumah that's safek, you have Terumah that's safek tamei and safek not. And we'll soon see what your options really are. Chavit shel Terumah shenolad ba safek tumah. Okay, you have a chavit of Terumah, you have a barrel of Terumah of wine that's Terumah that you said, okay, designated Terumah, and nobody disagrees. It's all Terumah, but now it's safek tamei. Okay, since it's safek tamei, so let's look at the Bartanura. Kagon shtei chaviyot, 2 barrels, b'shut hayachid, in reshut hayachid, in private domain. V'naga sheretz be'achat mehem, a sheretz touched one of them. And you don't know which one. Shtem tulio. So both of them are safek. Each one is the safek that it's tahor and safek tamei. Okay, the problem is the following: what's the danger? If you leave it around, somebody might eat it, and it's asur to eat. But on the other hand, are you allowed to destroy it or not leave it around? So this is a debate between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. No, too big. Okay, back to that's as big as we're going to get here. So Rabbi Eliezer says, Im haita munachat b'makom turpa yanichenu b'makom hamutzna, v'im haita megula yichasena. Rabbi Eliezer says the following. Rabbi Eliezer says you have to make sure, you have to do everything you can in order to make sure that this truma is preserved, that it doesn't get destroyed or wasted. So therefore, if you're leaving it b'makom toref, turpa is where it can become tamei. Let's look at Bartanura. Makom turpa, makom shel hefker v'omer li pased sham. If you leave it in a makom hefker where it's going to get lost, animals are going to eat it, something's going to happen to it, people are going to knock it over. Then yanichena b'makom hamutzna. You should move it to a place hamutzna, tzanua, that's private and hidden, that it's more protected. Imaita megula. If it was uncovered, remember we said, well, how can it become tamei? It was uncovered. Remember that we said if you leave liquids uncovered, then we're afraid. We learned in a Mishnah, in a previous Mishnah, that maybe snakes will come and you have to spill it out. So if it's megula, where it would then become automatically destroyed, yechasena, you have to cover it. So therefore, Rabbi Eliezer says you have to do everything you can to protect the truma. I.e., it's truma you can't use. Both of them are safek to truma tameah. So you can't use it on the one hand. You can't eat it because it might be tamei. You can't burn it because on the other hand it might not be tamei. So it's sort of a state of limbo. Rabbi Eliezer says leave it in a state of limbo. Okay, why? Let's look at the Bartanura. Why does he say da'adayin muzar al shmirata? You are still enjoined. A Jew is enjoined to guard the truma. Diktiv et mishmeret trumati. The guarding of mishmeret trumotai. Trumotai. My trumot. Not my single truma, my many trumot. Bishtei trumot hakatu bedaber. It's talking about 2 kinds of truma. Echad truma tehora. Ve'echad truma tuliyah. Whether it's truma tehora or safek. Truma tuliyah. It's talui. It's hanging. It's safek. Titravayu ba'ishimur. They both require shimur. That's what Rabbi Eliezer says. So even though it's safek tamei, safek not tamei, nonetheless you have to take steps in order to protect it. Rabbi Yoshua says no. Im haita munachat b'makom mutzna. The exact opposite. If it's in a private place, a protected area, yanichena b'makom turpa. You should put it in an exposed area. V'im haita mechusa. And if it's covered, yigalena. You should uncover it. Why? Because he felt, the B'kati explains that he felt that there's a danger in leaving it uncovered. The danger of leaving it uncovered is, of course, somebody might eat it. Okay, so it might be a problem if somebody if it's tamei. Okay, so therefore, even though you can't destroy it, you can then take steps to bring it to a position where it will then have to be destroyed. If it's migulim or if it's makom turpan, it becomes tamei. Gamliel says it's hanging in the balance. You don't know what to do. You don't know if it's tamei or not tamei. Therefore, don't do anything. But interesting, Rabbi Eliezer, the Bartanura says, was based on the pasuk of et mishmeret trumotai. Rabbi Yoshua says, the savar trumotai ketiv. Yes, it says trumotai below vav. So it's trumoti, try, but without the vav, trumot. But you could read it as trumati. Remember, in the Torah, it's without vowels. So therefore, he says, this is a phrase you should get. No, yesh em lamasoret. Yesh em lamasoret means the way that it's written has also meaning. So therefore, you don't read it as, even though we read it in the Torah, when we read the Torah as trumotai, since it could be read as trumati, therefore the mishmeret is only on trumati, on truma tehora, not on truma tuluyah. Okay? And the Bartun and Rabbi Gamliel says, you don't do anything. Don't make it better. don't make it worse. Ein tzarich l'shon ra, v'af asur ligrom latuma. You don't have to make it better, you don't have to guard it, but you can't cause it to become tamei. V'alacha k'Rambam Gamliel. And halacha follows the opinion of Rambam Gamliel. Stop here. We'll dedicate this learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. And if you have any questions, as always, arspolter@gmail.com is how you contact me. Have a great day.